Middleton Towers, the site of the former Pontins holiday camp, is now a gated community. Here there are two listed buildings close to the seashore. As a result of the storms of December 2013, they got even closer to the sea as a few metres of land was washed away. In subsequent winters, more of the land has been eroded, and the old access ramp was completely destroyed, making it very difficult to get to and from the shore. Here you can see just how far the erosion has gone. Even parts of the land drain system had collapsed. It became obvious that sea defences needed to be installed, and gabions, mesh cages filled with stones, was the method approved by the council. In March 2018, engineers from LOR Contracting inspected the site. The very next day, a temporary ramp had been constructed, and work began clearing the site. One of the first things to go is the old land drain sump, which proves a little difficult. That's not going to work. We'll try it this way. No, that won't do it either. The only thing is to smash it to bits. It's then loaded into the dumper. The last pieces are cleared by hand. When the dumper's full, it's backed up the ramp and through the very tight gap alongside the laundry before being tipped onto a bit of spare land. Now materials are starting to be delivered, beginning with the hardcore and mattress on which the defences will be built. Back on the shore, levels are being measured to work out where they will be cutting back to. The site engineer shows us how deep the trench will be. This strip will go down 70 centimetres, and between these red marks it will go down a metre. Here will go smaller baskets, and it will gradually step up and step up and step up. Particular care will have to be taken around the undamaged land drain. It's amazing just how delicately this big machinery can be handled. Damaged land drains are cleared for later repair work. Excavated material for backfilling later is stored on the shore. The first stage of the trench is now complete. Material that won't be needed for backfilling is added to the pile of rubble. Meanwhile, an area of land is being prepared for more deliveries. First, an area of turf is removed, and then hardcore is loaded into the dumper. This is tipped into the stripped area and carefully spread out by the digger. This was ready just in time for the first delivery of stone. These first stones are relatively small. The mattress is unwrapped and the trench lined with hardcore, which is whacked down and covered by the mattress, ready for the cages, which are on the shore in flat packs. Once assembled, the cages are butted to the trench and wired together. The stones are loaded into the dumper and once on the shore are shoveled into the cages. This front row will eventually be buried and therefore the stones can simply be tipped in. Steel poles along the edges of the cages are guides to keep the line straight. They'll be removed later. Overnight, more of the bank collapsed, so it was a good job that the picnic area above had already been fenced off. Now the first cages have been filled, the trench is continued, making sure that it's exactly level. The next line of cages will be on view, and a specialist team from G&G Retains Limited have been brought in to do the highly skilled filling operation. You can see how accurately the trench has been dug. Once the cages have been positioned, they're filled with larger stones. Meanwhile, the large land drain has been encased in concrete. The southern end has a return to complete the section. Still more of the bank has collapsed behind the gabions. Cages have been placed for the next layer, and here we can see just how skilled the men are at producing a neat finish, with every stone being placed individually. When filled 1/3 full, wires are fastened across the cages to prevent them from bulging. This is repeated at 2/3 full. When the cage is completely full, gaps between the stones at the top are filled with hardcore to give a flat surface. New pipe has already been fitted to the old land drain, and an extension is cut to length and fed through into the middle of the cage, which is topped up before backfilling starts. Then the area between the cages and the land is backfilled with material that had been stored on the shore. Here, one of the guys from G&G shows us how to assemble a cage. The cages are then laced together in pairs and lifted up to form the top layer, which are filled in the same way as the other two. Now, at the beginning of May, all the work has been completed and the beach returned to a better condition than at the start. Up on the top, the backfill has been seeded and the picnic area has been reinstated just in time for the good weather. Now we can look forward to protection from the worst the winter storms can throw at us.